So we need to get really focused.
Who the fuck are you? You are Martin.
How you doing? Whoa.
Psychotic liberals go after Ed Martin, which leads President Trump to pick their worst nightmare as U.S. Attorney of Washington, D.C. Former President Joe Biden guested on The View, and it was a complete disaster as expected. And Bill Gates condemns DOGE as he promises to give away all of his fortune. So let's talk about Ed Martin. He was supposed to be the U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. That was up until President Trump pulled his nomination due to bipartisan concerns. Now, while Democrats might see this as a win, the joy didn't last very long. President Donald Trump later confirmed that he was replacing Judge Jeanine Pirro as the interim United States Attorney for the District of Columbia. Now, you might be wondering why Democrats are freaking out about this particular pick, right? Well, here's a small introduction to Judge Pirro.
The Democrats are the party of hate. The Democrats are the party that said he's a Putin asset, he's a Russian puppet. The Democrats are the ones who signed affidavits and lied to a court so that they could spy on a president of the United States. The Democrats are the ones who said that we're destroying democracy. Let me tell you something about Donald Trump. Let me tell you something about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one of the most generous people you'll ever meet. He does all kinds of things that people have no idea about. And by the way, if he were selfish, he'd take his money and tell all of us to go F ourselves based upon the way this country has treated him. This guy got shot.
About him
Don't tell me he's selfish.
Are absolute fools.
Let me tell you something. Donald Trump is the only one who moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. He's the only one who got the Abraham Accord.
Why aren't Jews voting for him?
I'm not going to fight with you anymore, Jessica. But I know the man, and the facts rely and belie anything you say.
Now, here's a little known fact. The average person chooses a suboptimal Medicare plan and overpays by hundreds, if not thousands, every single year. Chapter is solving that problem with a smarter approach. They compare every plan in your area, no bias, no sales gimmicks, just clear answers that are tailored to you. People like Julie in Kansas are saving $400 annually. Jamie in Texas, $600 added back to her Social Security check. Their service is totally free, and their mission started with their own parents, and now they're helping thousands of people. Give them a call right now at phone number 909-563-8279, or you can visit them on the web at askchapter.org/Ron. Medicare optimized. So Jessica Tarlov, she wants to be Fox News' Scott Jennings so bad. Bad is all she can be. Now, you saw the fire with Pirro, right? And this is something the Democrats don't want. They don't want a passionate individual who relies on the truth, someone who has actually got some experience. And that means that Democrats have to push back. Although some news outlets, they're taking a safe approach and they're focusing more on Ed Martin than Jeanine Pirro. Watch.
What do I make of Judge Jeanine Pirro being the interim U.S. Attorney in D.C.? She would be taking over one of the most high-profile, largest in scope prosecutorial positions in America. If she has history as a local DA in New York, she certainly has prominence as a Fox News host. She may be less objectionable than Ed Martin because she has experience, but she's certainly a polarizing figure nonetheless.
You had been speaking with lawmakers about their reaction to Martin's withdrawal. What can you tell us?
Let's first off and say some of our congressional sources were ready for this Jeanine Pirro announcement tonight. The word was getting around. They're not sure yet what to make of it as we come on the air, but they're certainly to issue some statements.
Then we have MSDC. It looks like they're prepared for this because they released a montage about Jeanine Pirro just hours after the president named her DC's top federal prosecutor. Watch this.
If the devil called me and said he wanted to set up a meeting to give me opposition research on my opponent, I'd be on the first trolley to hell to get it.
You, Mr. Barr, are so deep in the swamp, you can't see beyond your fellow reptiles. As for those liberal Hollywood leftists in need of a lobotomy, like Rosie O'Donnell, they are straight up communists. There is a cleansing needed in our FBI and Department of Justice. It needs to be cleansed of individuals who should not just be fired, but who need to be taken out in handcuffs.
I'm pretty sure we're going to hear a lot more negative news about Jeanine Pirro as time goes on, right? That's just typical for the left. It's also now being reported that Pirro will officially leave Fox News and her hosting job in The Five. From The Five, let's talk about The View. Former President Joe Biden is making a comeback, and it's not really working out for him. But before we get to Joe Biden's attempted comeback, I want to show you CNN's Ana Navarro. So Navarro is a firm defender of Joe Biden, although she did make many of us laugh with her latest take. According to her, Joe Biden doesn't tell many lies. Now, I'll show you Anna's interview with Biden later, but first, I want you to look at the reaction of both Ben Ferguson and Scott Jennings here.
I think this was very hard for Joe Biden. I think he took responsibility for that. He did not say what you just said, Scott, that he said. You just said that he told. You said that he told Kamala Harris that she could not have any distance from him.
It's been reported. He told.
It doesn't
her
matter what he
blank.
was.
He told her point blank, no daylight, kid. No daylight.
Because reporting can never be wrong.
Are you attacking the journalism around it?
You think reporting can never be wrong?
If you want to be
come on here and you attack reporting every night.
I do not.
We actually asked him the question
There's critical
directly.
reporting about this guy, and he told her point
blank,
no daylight.
We asked him directly today.
Right.
Did you tell her that?
You think he's ever told a lie?
I don't think he tells many lies.
Cognitive decline, I can tell you that much.
I don't think he tells many lies. I don't think he's done a
Come on.
Wait. No, you know why you don't get to laugh like that? Because you support a guy who lies every freaking day and lies continuously. You support a guy who cannot acknowledge that he lost the 2020 election and that lies about it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's in Jake. Have you read it? Have you read it?
Guys,
we gotta go.
Thank you very much.
Abby Phillip with the assist there to end the show, because we all know that Anna was not winning this fight. But since she wants to talk about Biden's interview with The View, let's go ahead and start with a lie he told directly to them.
Well, Mr. President, you had previously said that you thought that you would have won. Since then, Donald Trump won all the battleground states and made inroads with almost every major demographic, from working class voters to Hispanic men to black men. Knowing what you know now, do you think you would have beat him?
Yeah, he still got 7 million fewer votes.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people didn't show up. Number one. Number two, they're very close in those toss-up states. It was it wasn't a slam dunk, and look, every time I've been on the show, which I've been fortunate to be on more than once. Thanks for having me. Is that we talk, you guys don't focus on as much, and I think it's good, on polling numbers, but let me put it this way. He's had the worst 100 days any president's ever had.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I would not say honesty's been a strong point.
Is he saying the quiet part out loud here? Because he just confirmed that millions of voters that voted for him in 2020 just magically disappeared. Now, of course, they had to ask him about his cognitive decline. This is something that was painfully obvious when he went up against President Trump in a debate. But guess what? He lied about that too. And I want you to watch carefully, because Jill Biden takes over once he starts slurring his words.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that have come out, deeply sourced from Democratic sources, that claim in your final year there was a dramatic decline in your cognitive abilities. In the final year of your presidency, what is your response to these allegations, or are these sources wrong?
They are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that. Number one. Number two, think of what we were left with. We were left with a circumstance where we had an insurrection when I started. We did not sense a civil war. We had a circumstance where we were in a position that the pandemic, because of the incompetence of the last outfit, end up over 1 million people dying. And we're also in a situation where we found ourselves unable to deal with a lot of just basic issues, and which I won't go into in the interest of time. And so we went to work, and we got it done. And one of the things and
Alyssa, one of the things I think is that the people who wrote those books were not in the White House with us, and they didn't see how hard Joe worked every single day. I mean, he'd get up, he'd put in a full day, and then at night I'd be in bed, reading my book, and he was still on the phone reading his briefings, working with staff. I mean, it was nonstop. It's the White House. Being president is not like a job. It's a lifestyle. It's a life that you live. You live it 24 hours a day. That phone can ring at 11 o'clock at night or 2 in the morning. It's constant. You never leave it. And Joe worked really hard. I think
this reminds me of Jill Biden praising Joe Biden after the debate, basically saying that he did such a good job answering all the questions. Jill's his handler. That much is obvious. But if we're talking about like work ethic here, she might be talking about President Trump. It's been reported that Biden took 532 vacation days while in office for 4 years. Now, shifting gears here, let's talk about Bill Gates. Gates is not a fan of DOGE. What is it with these liberals and their hatred for audits? So here's Bill Gates talking about DOGE cuts that will affect millions.
Now with these cuts, if they're not reversed, we'll go to over 6 million dying. So instead of going down, we'll go back up.
Wow. So it's a difference of 2 million lives.
Absolutely.
This is the same guy who wants us eating bugs instead of meat. Now, I'm not sure if he's trying to save his image, but he says that he's giving away 99% of his fortune in the next 20 years.
The decision is, in a sense, kind of a personal thing that I think over the next 20 years, this amazing organization with amazing partnerships, I want to maximize what they can do. And I have no doubt there will be rich people in the future. Even today, there's many people richer than I am, and they will understand 21 years from now what's gone on with AI and geopolitics, which diseases remain, and I think we can get the majority of our goals, done in the next 20 years by doubling down with this spend down approach.
Now, it's anybody's guess why he's doing this or why he's saying he's going to do this and why he's shutting down his foundation within the next 2 decades. All we know is that he's probably trying his best to discourage any investigations into his own personal life, especially with his history with Jeffrey Epstein. And even though he's given away billions of dollars, Bill Gates, he's still expected to be a billionaire by the end of his giveaway. Now, since we're talking about money, do you know how much we as taxpayers are paying to keep illegal immigrants inside the country? Or how about just to deport them? Well, I covered this in a recent video, and I believe that many of you will be surprised by the numbers. So make sure you check that out. As always, thanks for hitting the like button and subscribing. We'll see you next time.